So all right, anyways, what we are doing today is that we are going to be building a React app and interacting with smart contracts from within it. So right now, firstly, uh, the first step would be to create a React app and integrating it with Metamask. The smart contract that I'm looking at is called synthetic loot. So to understand how synthetic loot works, let's actually go to synthetic loot. I've actually done a lot of research on this before, but basically there was a NFT based project called the Loot project that someone worked on. Hey Shri, you joined us just in time. I was just explaining uh, what all these things are. So basically synthetic loot is a project which is based on the Loot project, which was about creating basically these loot bags which are generated on chain based on a smart contract. And these loot bags were originally there were only 8,000 loot bags which were shared with everyone. I mean, based on whoever linted the, sorry, not linted, but minted the loot bag from the contract. And the creator actually open sourced the algorithm and created synthetic loot. So anyone with an Ethereum wallet can actually go on here and create loot for themselves. And they also have a synthetic loot viewer, I think, which we can use to see what loot belongs to us. So let me just quickly search for synthetic viewer. I don't think it's in here, I guess. Okay, viewer. Wait, it should be here. Okay, yeah. So this is on their forum, and someone had built a viewer for SynthLoot. So just waiting for that to load. Okay, I guess I'll have to create a wallet. So I'll quickly get this started. Meanwhile, I guess I'll hide my display. I'm not sure if that hid it. I guess, I mean, anyways, it doesn't really matter though. I'll just create a wallet for now, right? Okay, remind me later. And sure, I think that connects my wallet with this. Let me try that. Alright, cool. So I just created a wallet via Metamask. It was as simple as clicking through the steps directly. So yeah, let's go to this viewer that someone had built for their smart contract. What we need to do is just click on connect and it connects with Metamask, and we can click on next, connect, and then it fetches the data from the smart contract. If we go on inspect element and check the console, it will actually display all of the data which it's fetching over here. So yeah, it's these IPFS calls are basically for the SVGs that it's generating to generate this image, and the array and objects which are printed here is the actual data which it's getting from the smart contract. Yeah, I think it's running multiple contracts at once to get the data basically. And what's a smart contract? It's basically code which runs on the Ethereum blockchain. The developers themselves upload their code. In this case, these guys have uploaded their synthetic loot code, which has a bunch of variations of various loot. And then whenever we basically we can check the functions by clicking on read contract, and then looking at the various functions here like get waist, get ring, get neck, get head. I mean, these various functions which basically help us generate this character based on these stats. So we are going to do something like that, interact with the blockchain, I guess, or our wallet, and try to interact with the same smart contract. So I'll go to code sandbox. I will create a React project. I'll just create a plain React project for now. Don't need to be too fancy with it. And what we are going to use to connect with our wallet and with the smart contract is the @usedapp library. So I'll just search for usedapp. I think I have this already open. Yeah. So you can find it at usedapp, which is used to create these, connect with the wallet and call smart contracts basically. So we have a default React app in here. What we need to do is extend it and basically npm install this, but instead of npm installing, we can just add the dependencies over here. So let's see what the actual dependency name is. I'll just open getting started on a new tab. And yeah, I guess the dependency is just called @usedapp/core. So you can just paste it in here. Click on the first thing and then it should install it. I think it installed it directly there. So let's see. Go back to the config in here. Well, there's a bunch of complex data in here, but mainly what we need to do is like import dapp provider, which is the provider that we use to interact with the Ethereum blockchain from inside this library, and provide a config to it. And then we can use a bunch of functions like activate browser wallet, deactivate. Our account is just the account data. So activate browser wallet and deactivate, these are basically like sign up and sign in is basically activate browser wallet, and then deactivate is like logging out. So let's try to use this and connect with the app. So firstly, I need to do this part, like have a dapp provider and pass a config to it. So I'll try that out. Our native, like our original React element is rendered inside of index.js. So I will first import. Okay, I'm not getting any auto completions here. That's fine. dapp/core and okay, this has hung up for me. I hope it doesn't do that again. So yeah, I just need to import dapp provider, use that here. Format it, and I don't think I need to pass a config to it, although I'll see. So cannot find dependency Lodash. Yeah, I guess it needs Lodash added dependency, so I'll just add that. All right, that should be installing and running again. So cool, I guess it did work, unless there are some errors here that it's not displaying. Although I think it should work directly. Okay, yeah, it has something to do with the code sandbox thing, otherwise it should be working fine. So let's go back to the guide again. So we added dapp provider now, and let's try to use these things basically, like activate browser wallet, deactivate, and getting your account details. So I'll just import use ethers from the library, from the same library again. Import statement, so add use the app core and activate. Sorry, this should be use ethers in here, and then we can import activate browser wallet, I think, deactivate, and let's just say account for now. So we'll add a button in here, and we'll just say connect to Metamask, and I guess if it connects, let's also display the account here. I think for now it will be undefined, so you won't see anything. So giving that a save. Clicking on connect to Metamask. Okay, that printed something on the console. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't add a on-click handler to it. So I'll add activate browser wallet to this. And it should take its time trying to refresh now. Let's see what's happening here. It's not even giving an error there. So not sure. Okay, I'll just try to install Chrome for now, but because I think Chrome gives me quite fewer issues as compared to Firefox while trying to run code online. And yeah, at the same time, let's see if this runs. Okay, it did load finally, but yeah, I'll also download Chrome meanwhile. And yeah, hey Jayant, how are you? I was I can't hear.
Hey, gosh, doing good now. My son. I got
All right. I couldn't hear you clearly. I think I have a little internet problem on my side, but basically uh, I was just writing the code for integrating with MetaMask right now. I am not sure if this password will work. Okay, it did work. So yeah, what I've done till now is use a library called usdapp/core. I've imported use ethers from it, and then I'm just calling a few functions to connect with MetaMask over here. So yeah, after clicking the connect to MetaMask button, which calls the activate browser wallet function from the library, it will like open this small browser window directly for your wallet, and you can connect with it directly. So that prints my Ether ID here. I think its account is just string, and then yeah, that button doesn't mean anything right now. And yeah, I can use my wallet ID to call smart contracts or get details like my balance from by using other functions like use ether balance. So right now, yeah, I'll just add a deactivate thing as well. So if an account is logged in, only, sorry, if an account isn't logged in, then show this. Otherwise we can just do something like this. If the account is logged in, then have a button which deactivates or log out. Otherwise we can log in via Metamask. And let me actually toggle word wrap here so it's clearer. And yeah, on click I can deactivate if a user is logged out. So yeah, I see the logout button here, and I'll add hey, viral trendings. So someone has asked the question on my YouTube stream how to send money using MetaMask using React D app. So you send money via smart contracts directly, but I don't think that's part of this right now. I mean, I don't even have any Ether on me. I think I'll come to how you can connect to a testnet and all that later, but this is just a basic like introduction to how you can work with smart contracts. So I'll add a VR tag in here so we can see. Okay, yeah, that's working. Add two VR tags, cool. So I can log out. And okay, so since I have already connected my wallet, I don't need to connect it via the MetaMask window again. I can just do that. And yeah, so what else can we do in here? Right, so let's just check out our balance right now. User thirst balance. Actually, this function can get the balance for any account. In this example, they have shown one of the larger accounts which is there for Ether, and then they're using it on it. So we'll just try to see it for both of them. I'll just copy that code from here and paste it on our side. So use Ether balance is something I'll have to import from here as well. Taking contract, yeah, I'll have to define that. And if an account is logged in, I can show, let's say, user account and balance of am I still live? I'm not sure. So balance of user balance and I have too many wires on me right now. Yeah. And contract balance of, let's say, staging balance. If we save that, and refresh, okay, I don't think I can use it directly. Yeah. So because the number is too large, I think. So how do I do that then? Format ether is a function I can use, yeah. Where is format ether imported from? Let's see. I think I'll have to install the ethers library as well. So the name is just ethers. Okay. I can install that by clicking on it and then import it in here directly. Okay. So where does format ether come from? Having a look at this, it comes from utils, I guess. So let's try and see. Okay, yeah, utils exists on this. Okay, yeah, so this should work now. I just needed to use utils from ether. And yeah, it will actually just take its sweet time to do that. Meanwhile, I can try to open Chrome. Edit, install it. I guess that will take a few minutes. Invalidate a big number value. So I'm not sure what they want here. I think they have example code somewhere. I'll just have a look at that as well. So format is which comes from where exactly, it's not given here. Alright, that's fine. Is it parse ether? I hope that's the one. I'm not sure exactly. What's user balance then? Okay, this is just hung up on this. Okay, cool. I think I can just sign in directly. And yeah, okay, what happened here? Sign in. Okay, I need to look at a tutorial which uses that to understand what's happening. So something like this should get us somewhere. Yeah, that's just stuck doing its own thing. Okay, it's that one's going into more complex things. We don't need to look at that. Let's just see how the format Ether code works. Okay, so Ether's project slash units is what it's looking at. So that's fine. We'll just install that library directly. And use that. Okay, I don't think that likes it as well. So okay, we are not even able to display the Ether count right now, but that should have actually done this before. So I guess something like this. But instead of Ether balance, we'll use user balance here. Just remove this part for now. So let's see what that prints. Okay, so we finally got it working. And yeah, since Web3 is so new, most of the things aren't actually there. You have to look a lot of it up online. So this library isn't the best, but it's alright enough to get started with. So yeah, we just displayed our wallet ID and how much ETH we have. I'll just do the same for that contract that we have up there. So paste that below here, and I'll just write staking balance. and yeah, staking balance in here as well. And okay, so this account has 7 million ETH with it, which is quite a lot. I think this is for the whole Ethereum contract, it has to be. But yeah, now what we'll do, I'll try to hide this. Next is interact with the interact with contracts. Then let's also have a look at that. I have actually used use contract call from within this, so we'll just use that again. So we can either use contract call or use contract calls just calls multiple of them instead of one. And yeah, ERC20 interface address is the token address, method is allowance. Okay, so yeah, we just call the contract via a bunch of attributes like the ABI code. ABI is basically the application byte interface, I think, but application bytecode interface, which allows us to interface with the smart contracts. So to do that, we can just copy the ABI code from here. I think it's in JSON format, so I'll just create ABI.json here and paste it in here. Okay, alright, good. Pasting and formatting it, and yeah, so what I just need is, like, let's start with just waiting for this to load. Contract, read contract. Okay, so let's say we just want the chest components for now. So we pass in wallet address, which has the format of address, and we get the output as a string. So all of this data can actually be gotten from the ABI itself, and I've written some code which actually generates that. But for now, let's just try to do it by ourselves. So I can import use contract call from here, and again let's just copy the format from here for now to not make it that complicated. I do need to check how the interface can be used, so I'll just try to use the ABI directly. So import ABI from /ABI.json and const in here. So since this is get chest component, get chest. Okay, this has hung up for me now. And the token address, so the address is this one, I think. So let's just experiment with that once. And the args are my address itself, so I'll just pass account in here, and I'll say account and then work on this, and then I can just pass the ABI from here. So let's try that out. I'll console log this for now. Refresh this page, and yeah, it's taking its sweet time again, of course. Hmm. So what's happening here now? I think I'll have to resend myself the code. Yeah. So it has to be an iterable, or is it saying that for the thing below? I'm not sure it has updated to the right value right now. And this is of course taking time to send an SMS. Wow, okay. Alright, I'm signed in here right now. This was actually easier before, I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, I got disconnected, I think. Share my screen again. So yeah, why is it still saying this? Okay, what if we do that then? Oh yeah, I'll need to connect to Metamask again though. So great, it still says that. It's saying that over here. I'm not sure, I'll just actually go back to my old code which I have and see how this is different from that. Uh, which one is it though? I'll go back to Discord and check at this. I don't remember exactly. Hey Alex and hello Madhavi. Can someone share the link of the previous tweet that I had sent? Because this code doesn't seem to be working perfectly right now. And yeah, Madhavi, can you hear me? If you could reply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Yeah, please. I mean,
Do you need help in anything?
yeah, I needed the link for the previous code that I had written. So this is the code sandbox for that. Okay, another set of loading.
Yes, I'm trying to fetch it.
Okay, yeah, I think I got it over here. So I have the data in here, but why is it failing to get it? This error actually doesn't make any sense to me right now because symbol.iterator, etc. etc. Let's try this, I guess. And for method, I'll just use account, I guess. Yeah.
So I gotta go. Need to take care of my son right now. I will probably watch the cast on YouTube. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
All right, no problem, man. I'm not sure what I need to improve to get better performance out of this. Okay. But cannot find module nanoid. I guess I'll just try to add nanoid in here, but I think this one was working and this was in TypeScript before. But yeah, I guess I'll just continue with this. This is mostly the same code. I display the hello. I think my internet went out for a sec. But yeah, basically I tried to console log the data that I was getting. So I used the get weapon method here, and similarly we can use other methods as well. So actually let's try using use contract calls directly. And I'll see if it has documentation here. So yeah, what we can do here is calls a list of contract calls. Okay, so how do I do that? Alright, so I just pass an array of these contract calls inside of a use contract call, and that should do it. So I use contract calls in here, and basically then try to wow, that's like a AF. Yeah, use contract calls in here, and what does this say now? Cannot trade properties of undefined. So let's see if I can do something like that. I'll just install Metamask again. Why is this in Chinese? Hey Pranav, you can join the Discord link directly. Cool. I'll just create another random wallet in here. I can't, okay. So I'll just enter a random password in here. Create the wallet and just use it directly, I guess. So let's click on connect again. And cool, I get all of that data, and also I get the data as an array in here. Okay, cool. So I can pass a bunch of methods like this. So the method was just called get weapon in here. Let's say we want to get other data as well. So basically something like what they were trying to do in the original synthetic loot. I'll paste that here. And yeah, so I used get weapon from here and got that data as an array. I think I can print all of this as well so we can see it live. So what happens if I just try to print it? Okay, cool. It's displaying it. Loot is that right now. That should work as well. because I added another contract call to this. It's still returning just one response from the two that I have sent. So what else do I have to do then? API address method, etc. It's all the same. So yeah, now that changed, but it's not accepting all of them at once, which is strange. Okay. There's get head as well. And why it isn't getting all of that data at once, I don't understand. But yeah, we can make individual contract calls for that. So oh, okay, I guess that must be head and weapon there. And if I try to print both of those, that should work. So oh, okay, so that's how it works. It returns all of the data as individual items. So I guess I can call this data and then try to print that. Okay, so what's the issue now? All right, cool. So we can do that then. So there you have it. We made multiple contract calls to the Loot Smart contract via a simple, I mean relatively simple code base, which is mostly just things I picked from the internet really. And yeah, similarly we can display all of the rest of the data as well. We just have to pick the right contract, I mean the read contract from here, and then use it inside of our use contract calls API. I can add gateways as well. I think that's what it's called, or just gateways. Okay. So yeah, this is all of the data that I have. I mean, all of the data we can fetch from here. So yeah, that's all the time that I have for now. I'll share the code sandbox link on both Discord and on YouTube as well, and you can try it out to see how you can interact with smart contracts using React. In this case, we use the synthetic loot smart contract. So all right, guys, and see you next time, where we'll also explore how to send and receive Ethereum, and also build our own Solidity smart contracts, hopefully. Bye bye.